What's up, guys? I'm Jimmy and you're back at the Surplus Shooter. Today I get to show you what now may be my favorite surplus rifle that I own. The Swiss-made Shmidt Rubin K31 Rifle. Chambered in the stable flying 7.5 by 55 millimeter cartridge. This is a straight pull bolt action rifle feeding from a 6-round detachable magazine. Soldiers would not issue multiple magazines. This was actually meant to feed from a stripper clip system, but if you fill the magazine up prior to insert it, it will insert into the rifle just fine, which is pretty convenient if you don't have stripper clips. Originally fielded in 1931, it would be used up and through the 1970s, and you would even see some use in Switzerland into the 90s. Of course, this is a World War II era rifle. Switzerland was neutral during World War II, which led them to be able to create and engineer some very, very fine made rifles. This is actually what I would consider the quintessential rifle of the World War II era. If everything could have been made to this quality, and with, of course, the straight pull action, they would have. Switzerland has been neutral through many wars and has always been able to maintain top quality in almost everything that they produce. How Switzerland managed to stay neutral through so many wars, one could speculate, but in my opinion, it's the banks. What Switzerland put into making these rifles, as far as money-wise, was a lot. Each rifle converted to today's currency, adjusted for modern day inflation, these rifles would cost approximately $3,000 to produce. Just looking at this rifle and holding it in your hands, you can feel the quality. The overall machining of the bolt, of the action, even the rear leaf sight is just something to behold. And the triggers on these things are seemingly unmatched, even for many triggers today. It is a beautiful two-stage trigger. Even the trigger itself is artistically crafted. Your finger fits right in that little notch. There's about 1.5 pounds, 2 pound take up, very, very smooth. You reach a firm wall, and before you know it, it breaks, and it breaks crisp every single time. Even the safety on this thing is exquisitely designed. The pull and turn, kind of like a key lock, or what feels like a key lock type mechanism. That's also the way you take the bolt apart, is by uninstalling it, putting it at the half lock position, and you'll be able to take the bolt apart, but we're not going to get into that right now. These ones made after 1946 are made of, I believe this is beech wood. It would be switched from walnut, and this wood is a very tight grain, very nice quality wood. It is an exquisitely made fine rifle. The finish has maintained, even though we can see a lot of training dinks and marks. This thing spent a lot of time in the snow, most likely butt sitting in a lot of snow in the Swiss mountains. Bluing has maintained over 70 years. There is almost no markings on the bluing or fading to it whatsoever. The K11 would be the predecessor to the K31. The K11 would also be straight pull, along with its predecessor, their long rifle, was straight pull as well. Switzerland, for their next generation rifle, which would be the K31, wanted to increase accuracy from the K11, much like the long rifle that they had, while also shortening the action in some way. And what they did was they shortened the bolt, or you can see it as just moving the locking lugs back and cutting off that front top of the bolt, giving you a shorter action, allowing you to install a 2.2 inch longer barrel while increasing the overall rifle length by only 0.2 inches. And that shorter length bolt allowed for a shorter length of pull for that straight pull action, which allowed for quicker follow-up shots. This increased the accuracy greatly. These guns are known to be hyper accurate using the correct ammo, and they're one of the most popular choices of vintage rifles for competition shooters. Now, going over my rifle specifically, this rifle's bore is immaculate, 10 out of 10. This was obviously a training rifle. Typically, a lot of the training rifles come with a soldier tag in the butt plate with the name of the soldier that used it. Unfortunately, this one does not. It is still very, very fine quality, and I'm very happy with it. As I said in my title, this is the best surplus rifle for the money. This rifle also came with this original leather sling, which was quite beat up, but I highly recommend the Picard's leather conditioner. If you guys have some old leather, they have an antique version and a regular version. The antique version does wonders. This thing looks worlds better. Even some of the cracks have sealed up on it since I have treated the sling. The sights are good. A little bit better than Mauser sights for sure. They also offer competition aperture sights. I'm actually considering, some of you guys may hate me for this, there are no tap and drill Picatinny mounts that you mount to the front leaf sight. By taking the leaf sight off, and they mount, and you can install a scope on these. But I really want to get the most out of this gun's accuracy, and I won't have to alter the gun at all by installing that mount. And as you'll see in the shooting video, I'm having a little bit of trouble now with the iron sights. You know, tell me I'm wrong for doing it. Let me know if you have experience with any of those scope mounts, because I see mixed reviews. But let's get on to the range footage and see how she performs, and we're going to come back and talk in between my strings of fire.
Alright, so these are going to be our first shots out of the Swiss Shmidt Rubin K31 Rifle, and these are PPU soft points, 174 grain. Man, that trigger goes all slick. Perfect ejection pattern right over the shoulder. Hold that one a little bit to the left. Recoil is not bad at all. It feels about like 8mm out of my Yugo. That one was a little bit low. Right in the head. So let's fire another 5-shot group prone at 50, since I can't go at 75 because I won't be able to see over the hill. We'll go prone at 50 and shoot another 5-shot group.
Alright, so that was a terrible bit of shooting. I realized I need to just move up at 50 yards prone, because off of the tripod at my particular range, I'm forced to sit with my back downhill, keeping me from loading into the rifle. Now I could grip the rifle down in the tripod even harder, but I'm afraid of my finish being damaged in the recoil. I could stand up with the rifle and move back at 85 to 90 yards and shoot over the crest of the hill, but once again that would require me to grip the rifle down, and I don't want to damage the finish. So I decided just to move up to 50 yards prone, and that's how I would get my best accuracy.
Alright, here we are, 50 yards prone with the Swiss Shmidt Rubin K31, catered in 7.5 by 55. My camera fell over. Let's load up 2 more and continue that 5-shot group, so it's going to be a 7-shot group. And I'm currently aiming by putting the orange dot right on top of the sight. That one hit me. I can't find my spot now. There we go. Last round. There we go. I think that was more than 7 rounds actually. I think it was 8. Let's go check it. Let's get these rounds before I lose them in the snow. How about that? There's always one casing I can't find. So that right there is our 8-shot group. That's about 1.5 MOA with the PPU brass. So that's okay with that ammunition. I'm sure with better hand-loaded ammunition, the gun would shoot a lot better. Let's go ahead and shoot another group and see how we can do, if we can improve. All right, I have another target set up at 50 yards. Our barrel is still fairly warm, even though the gun's been sitting for a few minutes. Feels a little warm to the touch. These are pretty subpar conditions. Everything's wet. The cartridges are wet. The chamber is wet from snow getting in there. So that might be offering some variables as well. But let's try this shooting without a glove, even though I can't feel my finger. All right, got ear pro, that's good. Ear pro's always good. I think the variation in accuracy is just me, you know, sucking, being the first time shooting this. That snow is obscuring obscured my view. Right on the noggin with that shell. Once again. Nice, nice. Our last 5-shot group was really good. I am with those iron sights, because of my bad vision now, the edges of them kind of blur, and I kind of, falter left or right between that rear leaf sight. My front sight kind of has a hard time of finding the center. Let's shoot one more 3-shot group. Let's see if we can tighten it up even more, because I know that rifle is a lot more accurate than I am a shooter. All right, we're gonna fire our last 3-shot group and see if we've learned anything, if we can improve our group a little bit. I think shooting without the glove mattered, along with just getting in a little bit of practice. So we're 18 rounds in. About to shoot 3 more, see if we can get all of them touching. If not, oh well. We're gonna take this out to a long range in our next video, and we'll see how she performs on steel out to 565 yards. I hope you can hear me with this thing on. I think I pulled that a little to the right. All right, so here's our final 3rd-shot group. That's the one I pulled a little to the right, and here's my final shot. I felt it was a little bit lower than my other 2. I think maybe I would have got better accuracy if I just split the circle in 2, opposed to putting the front sight at the bottom, because it was kind of offering a bit of an optical illusion effect. But still, very good accuracy for ammo that is not exactly the best, not match grade ammo.
So in conclusion, guys, what can we say we learned about this K31 at the range? We learned that the gun is much more accurate than I am. I tend to be favoring one or the other side of the leaf sight, simply because I just can't shoot with iron sights the same. I can't focus on them the same. I really need an optic. So it seems like my hold was either to the left or to the right. It's definitely not the rifle. It's definitely me. These rifles are hyper accurate, sub-MOA guns with the right ammo. If you have the Swiss GP11, now the GP11 isn't all it's cracked up to be. It is the best military-made ammunition ever, but it's not match-grade ammo. Reloading your own ammo is the best thing you can do for this, which I plan on doing. But the next time you see the K31, we will be out at a 565-yard range shooting steel, and hopefully I can have this whole iron sight problem down. It's just a training issue. We'll get better. So as I said, like and subscribe, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.